Are you a Latina with no marketing experience, but dreaming of your first marketing job? Let me show you how to break into this industry, even if you have no idea where to start. In this video, I will give you 7 tips on how to land your first marketing role with zero experience. Welcome to the Marketing with Cultura podcast, the go-to show for Latinas breaking into marketing. I am Vanessa Parra, a Latina marketer with over 10 plus years of experience and a background in recruitment and workforce development. Now coaching Latinas who want to break into the marketing industry and land the careers that they love. Now, before we begin, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast episode, make sure to follow and leave a review so more people can find this. As a first-gen Mexican American, I was the first in my family to pursue a corporate role. I found it very difficult to land a marketing job, even with a college degree. The main reason, I had no real-world experience. I had no mentorship, resources, or a guide to help me showcase my value and help me land that first marketing job. And even though YouTube did exist back then, there were 0 videos on this topic. Believe me, I checked. That's why today I'm sharing my framework to help you learn what you need to know to land that first marketing internship or role. I've shared this framework with past employees, mentees, and now coaching clients. We're pretty much in the same situation as you. They're first gen, trying to land a job in marketing, have 0 experience. Some of them don't even have college degrees, but are inspired and excited to break into the marketing industry and have used this framework and have succeeded in landing that first marketing job. So let's start off with social media management and workflow. Most entry-level marketing jobs require you to know a little bit about social media. I'm pretty sure a lot of you understand social media, might be even creative, but that's not the only thing you need to know. You also need to understand the different phases and processes that involve social media management, from understanding the user persona, branding guidelines, doing research, creating a social media strategy, a content calendar, approval process, and the list goes on and on. So it's really important that you take the time to really invest your time and learn that skill set. Next, I would suggest that you build a portfolio before you land that job. And I get it. You're probably thinking, Vanessa, but I have no experience. So what am I going to put in my portfolio? Many of you don't realize that you can use life experience or things that you've done in your community, at school, projects, or have managed social media accounts for a friend, or if you haven't, offer to manage social media accounts for a friend. Or I'm sure you've managed your own personal social media accounts. Use whatever content, information, projects that you've worked on to really showcase your potential and impact in your portfolio. But honestly, the biggest way to show that you know what you're talking about is by working with beta clients. So again, if you haven't had a chance, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll be creating another episode on how to approach businesses and other people to help you gain beta clients and gain that experience that you need to put into your portfolio so you can land your dream marketing role. You may also ask, why do I need a portfolio? Isn't a resume good enough? And the answer is no. You see, I was a recruiter and I worked in workforce development, and I've also been on the hiring end where I'm trying to fill some marketing roles. And sometimes resumes can't really show the creativity, the impact, and the value that you bring to the table. The best way to do that is through your portfolio. So that's why it's very important that you have a portfolio to really stand out from the competition. Next, I would craft a solid resume. As a hiring manager and recruiter, I've seen so many resumes. And let me tell you, there's a lot of things that I've been noticing that people are just doing wrong. And I'll create another video on that to go into more detail. But for now, just remember your resume should really showcase metrics, impact, and what value you bring to the table. But most importantly, don't forget to use keywords that will help you get chosen from an application tracking system, or AKA. And to help you out, feel free to go to the description of this video and download my free marketing resume guide for beginners. I've been there where I didn't know what to include in my marketing resume, and I would submit countless applications and just to be ghosted and never hear from a recruiter or hiring manager. So if you need help and want to land that first marketing job, make sure to click the link and download my free guide. Then I would suggest that you learn how to create a simple social media strategy. Something that I've noticed that a lot of people do is they post just to post, or their goal is to go viral. And even though ideally you would like your videos to go viral, for a business or employer, that's not the biggest driver. It all depends on their KPIs or key performance indicators. So it's very important to understand what your employer or client goals are for their social media campaigns. And once you understand that, you'll be able to create an effective social media strategy that will not only bring return on their investments, but position you as a true marketing expert. While doing all of this, I would also focus on improving your basic technical skills in design, video editing, photography, and copywriting. Social media management has changed so much now, especially with such a competitive job market. Scheduling content or sourcing content to schedule content isn't good enough, especially if you're competing against other candidates and the company has a small budget or can't hire multiple team members in the marketing team. If you're able to show that you have basic video, design, and photography skills, you will stand out. You'll be what I call a marketing unicorn, where you'll be able to handle different marketing tasks and really stand out from your competition. Another skill to really understand and learn is how to run a social media report and read analytics. It's not enough to make videos engaging or content scroll stopping. You also need to understand how your social media strategy is working with the overall goal of your employer. The best way to test it out or to see if your content is working is by running social media reports and really going into detail for every post to see which post had the best engagement, or if there's specific KPIs, key performance indicators, where you need to drive traffic to a website, to a landing page, to an event, to a product. We need to see number of clicks, number of reach. There's just so many things that you need to review and understand in order to show your team and your employer that you understand what you're doing and that you're on track to achieving your overall company goal. And finally, which honestly, this one is super important because it doesn't matter if you get all the technical side done and you are creative and such a great marketer or social media person. If you don't know how to pitch yourself to a hiring manager or recruiter, you won't land that marketing job. And that's something that I've realized that a lot of you that are in the beginning stages of your marketing career are not preparing or practicing for the interview. I've spoken to so many hiring managers and recruiters to get insights on what they see when interviewing people in entry-level roles. And a lot of them tell me the same thing over and over. These individuals are very smart, creative, but they're unable to communicate what they bring to the table, give actual examples when it comes to certain questions that they're asking to figure out how you would approach situations or if you really understand different phases of marketing campaigns. But most importantly, a lot of you are not showing up confidently. You're second guessing your answers, and I get it. Maybe it's because you're first gen Latina and this is a big deal. It's not just you landing a first marketing job, but this job is not only going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit your family because you'll be able to contribute to the household. Because we all know how hard our parents work to support us, to help us achieve our career goals and dreams. So I get it. It's a lot of pressure. You really, really want this job, but you need to slow down, take a deep breath, and really Envision yourself as that marketer that you want to be and go for it. Practice your answers because at the end of the day, when you come off confident, you'll show that employer that you're the right person for the job. Well, now you're on your way to gaining the skills you need to land that first marketing internship or role. If you like this video, like it and leave a comment below letting me know which tip really stood out to you and which one you're actually going to invest time learning and getting familiar with. And don't forget to subscribe so you can find out when my next video comes out. Now remember, you are a strong and confident and creative Latina and one step closer to landing that marketing job that you and your family have dreamed of. You got this. Hasta luego.